so much. Our next speaker coming up is Evie Poitevent of Feet First Shoe Stores. 40 years ago, this summer, Evie's parents opened Feet First in an old neighborhood grocery store on Maple Street. Today, Feet First is New Orleans' largest independent retailer of women's shoes, handbags, jewelry, accessories, and local New Orleans designers. Plus, they have been voted Best Local Shoe Store in New Orleans by Gambit Weekly for 7 years in a row. Please welcome Evie.
First of all, thank you to StayLocal and to Meredith for the invitation to join you all tonight and share the little that I know, my experiences of surviving and thriving with a small business in New Orleans. Just to quickly recap a little bit about me. I'm a New Orleans native, second-generation owner of Feet First. I did attend the University of Virginia and went on to work in DC and New York. Back then I was in journalism, totally different career. Chose to move home right after Katrina to help out my city, my family, and the family business that I grew up in to rebuild. It was very, very clear to me that I wanted to come home and saw that as a true calling. I also was in the inaugural cohort of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program in 2011. And we had the honor of having Warren Buffett speak at our graduation, which was really cool. I have to say, that was like the perk of it. And then I'm a former board member of the Magazine Street Merchants Association. So a little about Feet First. Let me just move over here slightly. We are New Orleans' largest independent retailer of women's shoes, accessories, handbags, jewelry, local designers, you name it. We are celebrating 40 years in business this coming year, and all I can say is whoop, because in that time we have survived store openings and closings, multiple economic recessions, the oil bust of the 1980s, 3 cars, count them 3, driving through our storefronts. The 9/11, which actually had a terrible impact on retail nationwide, not just in the New York area, it was terrible. Break-ins, blackouts, major street repairs, BP oil spill, countless tropical storms, floods, hurricanes, and of course Katrina. I joke that the cockroach should be our logo because we just will not go away no matter what. But I'm actually proud of that. Sadly, at this point though, we are one of the only local independent shoe retailers left in New Orleans Parish. I can think of 6 local competitors who shuttered their doors just in the last 5 years, unfortunately, very sad. And I know there's more beyond that, but just off the top of my head, I could think of 6. I think the internet has radically and very quickly revolutionized the way people shop. And it's all about instant gratification and quickness with a click of a few buttons and a Prime account. The Great Recession has also had a lingering impact on people's shopping psyche. People are holding on to their money now, but they're also just regularly shopping for steals and deals. The act of shopping itself has lost a lot of value. What was once seen as a pleasurable pastime is now viewed by many as a burden or a time suck. So a lot of things have changed socially as well. I can't speak to why the other retailers closed, but I do think there are 6 major reasons why Feet First doors remain open today. And the number one, very first thing is passion. Not just the feel-good emotions that carry you through the good times, but also the visceral drive and determination that kicks in when the chips are down. And I realize I forgot to click the slide. I'm just skip that anyway. So through the good times and the bad times, you cannot successfully start and run a business without passion with a capital P. A small business has to have an energy, a purpose, and sometimes an unlimited perseverance behind it in order to survive and thrive. Charles Schwab says, a person can succeed at almost anything for which they have unlimited enthusiasm. Travis McEshan, I'm not sure who he is, says, purpose may point you in the right direction, but it's passion that propels you. And I love that quote because it's so true. And of course, Winston Churchill famously said, never, never, never give up. And that is true as well. A lot of people choose to just throw in the towel and walk away. Focus and refocus and focus again on the numbers. Never lose sight of your bottom line. Look at your numbers every day, memorize them, know them intuitively, live them, breathe them. Knowledge is power. Don't be seduced and distracted by the sexy, glamorous aspects of your job, which is very tempting. The numbers may be dry and boring or even stressful and scary, but they tell your story, and you have to own your financial story. I recommend meeting at least once a week to look at your cash flow statements, at least monthly to review your P&Ls and balance sheets, annual goals, monthly goals. And the numbers don't lie unless you tell them to, but don't avoid them. Addressing them head on is actually really empowering and builds a lot of self-confidence. And you may actually grow to love the numbers the way I have. Believe me, I hated them at first. Adaptability, number 3, a willingness. Sorry, I'm not very good with PowerPoint presentations. Adaptability is a willingness to change and adjust where and how you do your business, and it can be your life jacket in a quickly evolving and highly fickle marketplace. You can evolve your business to keep up with the times, or the times will pass you by. I say that all the time to my staff. It's your choice. Choose to stay relevant. And your business is an organic, living, breathing entity. It's not fixed or static or one-dimensional. So you got to accept the fact that your business and you will have to change and then change and then change again. Small businesses, though, are blessed with nimbleness. And that's a competitive advantage in this global marketplace. Trial and error is also very typical in businesses, and outright failure and pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. You got to have a thick skin and be willing to start anew and try again. But that which does not kill you makes you stronger. And hubris can be your enemy. Don't ever let your own pride prevent you from doing what's necessary to keep your business healthy and running. Don't try to save face. Don't try to play it cool. Do what you gotta do, and sometimes it's really hard. Visibility, number 4. I'm getting better. It equates to relevance and legitimacy in the minds of your customer. I've never known a business to close because it advertised too much, but I can tell you I've seen a ton of businesses open and close in New Orleans because they never advertised, so the public didn't know they were there. You have to educate the public. And then when you're already established, you have to stay top of mind. There's so much noise and chatter out there in this information age, coming at people all the time, all day, every day. And advertising is still very important once your business is established to remind people who are busier than ever and more stressed out than ever, and there's now online competition, banging on your door. You got to remind those customers that you're out there and that they should do business with you. An active social media presence goes with that as well, and it's an absolute must. No matter what your sector is, your industry, it does not matter. You need to be visible on social media at all times and all ways. It's free. Take advantage of it. I realize I'm still here. You too, as the business owner, you have to get out and be visible. You have to see and be seen. You have to get out there and network on behalf of your business and let people know who you are and what you do. And I mean, you can join a board, play a sport, volunteer, get involved, be visible, be active, and get involved in your community. Also give back to your community. It's not only good for your soul, but it gives your employees something to stand by and be really proud of. And it also generates a lot of loyalty and goodwill amongst the general public. Lastly, never turn down free publicity like I'm standing here tonight, because when people come your way and offer to photograph your product or do an interview about you in a magazine or ask you to come do a speaking engagement, do it, because it doesn't cost a dime. It's free advertising. Do it. Okay. Number 5 is customer service, excuse me. It's one of the few competitive advantages we small businesses have in this internet-dominated, conglomerate-dominated world in which we live. Similar to our employees, without our customers, we are nothing. They pay our paychecks. The business is nothing more than a pass-through. The customer is our friend, our ally, and ultimately our salvation. They are not the enemy or an outside threat to contend with, so you have to check your defenses at the door. And customers are emotional, fallible, imperfect, flawed human beings like the rest of us. And whether that ultimately works to your advantage or against you is up to you. You have to remember you're in control and work with them. It's not about the stuff when it comes to customers and the sales and the tangible goods. It's about, regardless of what business sector you're in, it's about, quote, delivering happiness, to borrow the phrase from the CEO of Zappos. Therein lies the great satisfaction in what we do, working with other people and satisfying their wants and needs. So go above and beyond. If you're good to your customers, they will be so good to you for a long time to come. And in this day and age, loyalty counts more than ever with small businesses. Your employee appreciation is so key. Employees are our lifeblood. We know it, we show it every single day. Human beings are hardwired for praise and feedback, and they thrive when they're encouraged and rewarded, monetarily as well. That's very important. But dole out the appreciation, gratitude, and feedback. You don't have to be proud and swallow it back. They crave it, and they need it, and they want it on a regular basis. Give it to them. And train, train, and train, and train some more. Because if you want your employees to represent your business well, you have to invest in them extensively and continuously over time. And don't ever forget that you're only as good as your employees. In fact, you're only as good as your weakest employee. So they're ultimately your responsibility and a personal reflection of you and your business. You need to know that, and they need to know that. So to recap, passion, a laser-like focus on the numbers, relevance and visibility, adaptability, and a willingness to change and evolve, employee appreciation, and what I call high-touch customer service are the reasons why I think we are still here today, in spite of the aforementioned challenges. There's no such thing as pure luck in business. What you build and whatever business comes your way is a direct result of your tireless hard work, focus, and determination. Now more than ever, complacency does kill. Don't ever sit back and expect the people or the business to come your way. You must strive every single day to bring your business and services to the people in ways that are meaningful and relevant to them and their current lifestyles, which are always changing. And finally, perhaps most importantly, it's all about the people. Your staff and your customers are the two magic ingredients that keep you and your business going. A healthy dose of gratitude and appreciation toward both groups goes a long way towards keeping morale up, loyalty high, and keeping the trains running on time. To quote Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way you made them feel. Thank you.